The sentinel by starlight low descried this mighty Soldan and his host draw near, who found not as he hoped the Christians' guide unware, ne yet unready was his gear. The scouts, when this huge army they descried, ran back, and gan with shouts the larum rear. The watch stirred up and drew their weapons bright, and busked them bold to battle and to fight. The Arabians wist they could not come unseen, and therefore loud their jarring trumpets sound, their yelling cries to heaven upheaved ben. The horses thundered on the solid ground, the mountains roared in the valley green, the echoes sighed from the caves around, Alecto with her brand kindled in hell, token to them in David's tower that dwell. Before the rest forth pricked the Soldan fast, against the watch, not yet in order just, as swift as hideous Boreas' hasty blast, from hollow rocks when first his storms outburst. The raging floods, the trees and rocks downcast, thunders, that towns and towers drive to dust. Earthquakes, to tear the world in twain that threat, are not compared to his fury great. He struck no blow, but that his foe he hit, and never hit, but made a grievous wound, and never wounded, but death followed it. And yet no peril, hurt, or harm he found, no weapon on his hardened helmet bit, no puissant stroke his senses once astound, yet like a bell his tinkling helmet rung, and thence flew flames of fire and sparks among. Himself well nigh had put the watch to flight, a jolly troop of Frenchmen strong and stout, when his Arabians came by heaps to fight, covering like raging floods the fields about. The beaten Christians run away full light, the pagans, mingled with the flying rout, entered their camp, and filled as they stood their tents with ruin, slaughter, death, and blood. High on the Soldan's helm enamelled laid an hideous dragon, armed with many a scale, with iron paws and leathern wings displayed, which twisted on a knot her forked tail. With triple tongue it seemed she hissed and brayed, about her jaws the froth and venom trail. And as he stirred, and as his foes him hit, so flames to cast and fire she seemed to spit. With this strange light the Soldan fierce appeared, dreadful to those that round about him ben. As to poor sailors when huge storms are reared, with lightning flash the rafting seas are seen. Some fled away because his strength they feared, some bolder 'gainst him bent their weapons keen, and forward night and evils and mischiefs pleased, their dangers hid, and dangers still increased. Among the rest that strove to merit praise was old Latinus, born by Tiber's bank, to whose stout heart in fights and bloody frays, for all his ield, base fear yet never sank. 5 sons he had, the comforts of his days, that from his side in no adventure shrank, but long before their time in iron strong they clad their members, tender, soft, and young. The bold ensample of their father's might, their weapons whetted and their wrath increased. Come, let us go, quoth he, where yonder night upon our soldiers makes his bloody feast. Let not their slaughter once your hearts affright, where danger most appears, there fear it least. For honor dwells in hard attempts, my sons, in greatest praise, in greatest peril one's.